episode of MaddenCast. We got Frank with us tonight. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Hello, MHU. Good evening.
All right. We got a couple things we're gonna get to. I'm gonna kind of keep the show a little short and sweet tonight, just because we have the game of the week following this show at 9:30. Me and Denim will be back for that. So hopefully y'all will join us with that. It's gonna be the well, I ain't gonna spoil it. We'll get to that. Power rankings. It's gonna be number one on the list. Then we got a new segment. Then we'll talk about the player of the week and game of the week. That will be following this. So let's just go on and jump straight into the power rankings. There was a little bit of drama yesterday when they got released, I do
Yep.
believe. So I'm just going to kind of address that now. First off, I want to personally apologize to the Packers for putting them dead last at 2-2. So kind of how I do it, I'll just kind of explain it real quick. I just have it all in Google Docs, copy and paste. So whenever I move I can't remember who was 32nd, but I moved them out to another spot, so that opened a spot. I copied and paste Green Bay into that spot, so I don't. That way, I have 32 teams on the list at all times, and I don't like put two teams in the power rankings or miss a team and only have 31. And so I start at the bottom part, and then I do the top, and then I fill out the middle. And I guess I forgot to move Green Bay from 32 to their spot at 21. So that's why that kind of happened there. So that's my bad. So Green Bay should actually be at the 21st slot, and then the Panthers and everyone below the Panthers should just move down one. So the Bengals actually should be last. I think I actually
Yeah,
had it right,
yeah.
but since he kind of messed, I think he messed up the power rankings on purpose because he didn't want to be last. But I don't have any proof of that. Uh,
I wouldn't,
but anyway,
I
so
wouldn't
what
doubt
what do you think about the power rankings, Frank?
it. The top five, I honestly don't think I should be up there just because of schedule. I know, record plays some part, but it coming into week 5, it's pretty straight. The surprising thing is, the Panthers are so low at 1-3, but they have a tough schedule, and I don't have one. That's probably why I'm up there. But yeah, it's really like top heavy at the very top, like as far as offense, with the Saints, you got the Rams up there. The Skins are a new face. I don't think I've seen them there last season, but
Right.
overall, it looks like you got it pretty much.
Yeah, so just to kind of give a preview for for power rankings for the next week through 5 weeks, I believe the Saints lost in an upset to the Jags. So
Yeah.
who do you think should get the one spot? You think it should be your Colts, or you think the Rams should jump you?
I'll let him have it. I don't want any kind of spotlight. But like I said, I haven't been playing like just crazy opponents. I'll start in the next 5 6 weeks or so. I believe yourself and maybe Falcons, dude, probably the best opponents I've played so far. But yeah, I wouldn't mind just letting Wood get the top spot just because I don't like the spotlight.
Right.
But then again, I don't think he's played um competition besides Taken, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's probably his toughest game. I'd have to look and make sure, but I think he's had kind of an easy schedule to date as well. But I mean, he was in the Super Bowl last year, so we know what he
Yeah,
brings
you
to the
can't
table.
really knock
So
him for that,
right.
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I know I was at the game yesterday, so I didn't really get to see all the drama. But I know Taken was kind of upset because the Browns dropped a couple spots. But I mean, you're on a bye week. These other teams are, having games. They're,
3-1.
they're
Yeah.
making a name for themselves. I can't leave you at 7 because you're on a bye week. I mean, you didn't play, so you got to drop a couple spots. You want to move up, prove it in your next game. So that's my message to people on bye weeks. Like, don't get discouraged because you drop. I mean, it's going to happen. You didn't play that week. No, you weren't in the spotlight for that week, so don't expect to climb up the rankings. During a
When you're
bye
not
week,
playing a game,
right?
for sure.
So, um, but things will be interesting. I think I get a kick out of people just getting so upset over these power
Yeah.
rankings, and I mean it's and they really get upset at Cincy's the funny thing. Like, they they give him down the road. Like he's just posting them. Like I'm the one that make them. I make it every week and I send it to him. So send your hate mail towards me, guys. Don't send it towards Cincy. I'll welcome it. And if you want to talk about it, we'll go out back to the woodshed and we'll talk about it if you want to.
Sounds
Uh,
sounds creepy there, but
yeah,
yeah.
it could be creepy or it could be a dangerous thing. Just have to find out. So, anyways, we'll move on from the power rankings. Just wanted to touch base there with all that drama yesterday, and we'll move on to our new segment. It's gonna be titled Zero to Hero, and this kinda was an idea that OMG threw out in our chat today, and the thinking is pick maybe two or three teams that kind of was that homeless looking guy in the image last season. And now I think this is Flash. I'm not really great with superheroes, but I think this is
Yeah,
Flash.
it's Flash. Yeah, it's Flash.
So, you know, who's those couple of owners taking these teams from trash to superhero power this season? And so, first on the list, we'll just jump straight to it, would be the Dolphins. You gotta look at what he did last year versus what he's doing so far through 4 weeks. He's 3-1. Don't really know what his record was last year. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. But I know it wasn't great. It was kind of mediocre. So what do you think about the Dolphins through 4 weeks?
He's really been, surprising. I think his success is also due to Terrorize not being in the division because he was always a tough game.
Right.
But when you look at his stats, he's really pass oriented. He already has like over 1,000 yards passing. I think he has close to 10 touchdowns and 6 picks. He has above 65% completion percentage. So as far as like offense and as far as passing, which is tough to do in this league, he has it going. I think his leading receiver is Kenny Stills with around 25 receptions or so. So he's clicking on offense, and that's what really wins you games in this league is putting up points, especially against like those tough defenses. And I know his division is no pushover as far as um, like ratings over wise. I know the Patriots are a high rated team, just ratings wise, not like user wise.
Right.
But like he's clicking on offense, and if he could keep it up, we might be talking about him pushing out, maybe Ray that's not doing so hot in the AFC as far as the playoff slot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see him making the playoffs, winning the division. I kind of had it beginning of the year, him or Bills with Hellraiser, because Hellraiser's not that bad either. But
Yeah,
Dolphins definitely been the much hotter team out of that division this year, and like you said, he's benefiting a lot not having to play Terrorize twice, for sure.
for sure.
So we'll move on from the Dolphins to the next team, and that would be the 3-1, now 3-2 Baltimore Ravens.
You just had to throw in that too, huh?
I had to throw that in. I mean, yeah, I got to give the most up to date record. He was 3-1 as of 3 hours ago. So don't know who he lost to. I can't remember. But anyways, what do you think? What do you think about the Ravens so far this season?
It's a good record. Like we said, Taken's really the only one that really, pretty much owns that division. So it's kind of nice to see someone else, stepping up, uh, in that division. Again, Lamar Jackson, fucking 1,000 yards passing already. I know he has more picks than touchdowns. I believe last I checked. He has only two running backs though that are over 100 yards as far as rushing. So his rushing games looks like on paper it's non-existent. I know since he talked about his user skills and his defense. I don't know how much weight that holds because it's Cincy, but I've heard a lot of people talk about his user skills, saying that he's in that upper echelon, and it's showing this season, especially with his record. Again, I don't know who he's played this season, but in that division, it's pretty much a toss up. Like I said, Teken's a really good player, but we've seen him lose to lower tier players. He said he's not going to do it this year where he lets other people come back, quotes, just quoting
Yeah.
him. But yeah, he's doing his thing, and defense wins ships, but he has also the passing stats to back him up on that. So it's really good to see, especially in that division.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with Ravens, I think last year he either finished 5-11 or 4-12. So he's already almost matched his win total through 5 weeks now. So he's off to a hot start, and I played him last season, and I just played him today. Um, and he really impressed me just from last season to this season. Last season it was just all he wanted to do was pass, 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 roll out with Lamar Jackson, try to run it, throw it downfield on a rollout, stuff like that. And I had the quarterback spy a lot last season. This game we just played, I might have ran a spy 2 times against him because he just didn't really want to run out of the pocket with Lamar.
Yeah.
He's trying to hit quick passes. His passing game was a lot better this time. He tried to hit his spots. What I was giving him, he took. And then he tried to. I mean, he was more run first this season. So I think he's trying out a new game plan. And I mean, I really think it worked because I mean,
Yeah.
I barely. I should have lost honestly. We both turned the ball over a lot, and it was a decent game. Between two defenses, but he's gotten a lot better, and I'm interested to see that continue the rest of the season. I think he's already beat the Steelers once and the Bengals once. So he's already got 2 wins in that division, and anytime you can, win more games in your division than lose, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of interested to see how he finishes, the year, and if he can stay kind of strong throughout. And then we'll move on to the last Zero to Hero. He's kind of a new owner. He's been with us before, but that's Amp King and the Redskins. He's 3-1 through 4 weeks, and then he's playing tonight in the game of the week against the Cowboys. So he'll be in prime time as well. So what do you think about the Redskins through 4 weeks?
The thing that stands out about him is probably his adjustment. I know he was rolling with Ben Roethlisberger, at the beginning. Wasn't doing so hot because I know he has like 7 picks and only 4 touchdowns with him. He uses a rookie that he has, and I mean it's clicking for him. Um, Again, in that his division is tough, especially with Sweets coming in, so he needs
Yeah,
all the wins he can get. This match that's gonna go on after the cast is a big one because I'll see what he has to showcase because I honestly haven't really seen any gameplay on him. The only thing I can see is that he has 2 QBs with like around 500 passing yards and over like 4 touchdowns or something like that. So he had quarterback issues there. It looks like he addressed it if it's 3-1, but you can't really be bouncing back and forth, especially in that division. You gotta know who your guy is moving forward.
yeah. I mean, I would go out on a limb right now and say that this probably, with addition of Sweets to that division, a lot of people don't remember Sweets from last Madden, but he's a pretty good owner. He's a
Yeah, Sweets
baller.
can ball. He can ball.
So that I would probably say that's probably the NFC East is probably the toughest division now in MHU. I wouldn't want
You
any
think
part
so?
of it. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't want any part of it. I mean, the way Am King's playing right now, the Eagles have really struggled since the end of last season. But I mean, he's a baller too, and Sundance ain't no pushover. And Sweets he's gonna surprise a few people, especially people that don't remember him or don't know who he is. So I'm really interested in seeing this game of the week following the MaddenCast because I think it could be a showdown. Um, but yeah, the NFC East in my eyes toughest division in MHU now for sure.
That's yeah, that's a fair. It's a
So
fair. It's NFC East, what NFC South, and ours AFC South.
yeah,
But yeah, that Sweets edition is big for the NFC. I think it makes it the toughest conference though, don't you think? In MHU
you talking about
is the
just the
NFC.
NFC? Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
I kind of
general.
thought the NFC was the toughest last season as well, but adding Amp King and Sweets, Seahawks owner doesn't look too bad either.
Yeah,
JTG's been in tough games, been in close games, so he's kind of off the tanking ride now. But
yeah. I'll say nothing but nice things about him.
right,
I
yeah,
don't.
you don't want him to come after you. Um,
No.
but yeah, I think the NFC it's from top to bottom. It's better than the AFC because the AFC, in my eyes, in my opinion, it's just maybe got six teams that could possibly get to the Super Bowl. The NFC, I mean, there's I don't even know how many teams could get to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. But the AFC,
So
like after the top six in the AFC, it kind of falls to mediocre and just kind of falls
yeah.
off. I mean, it's not very deep.
Fun fact from our YouTube viewers: Sweets apparently went 19-0 in the league recently, lost in the bowl. So
Uh,
yeah, I don't know of many owners that do that. Honestly,
yeah, I
go
mean
undefeated like that.
that's pretty
It's
impressive.
crazy.
I'd be interested to see what kind of league it was, how competitive it was. But
Yeah, for sure.
uh, MHU's definitely. I would put money on that. We're a much more competitive league than that one, just from top to
I
bottom.
I think I think so as
I mean,
well.
there's no easy wins in MHU, and I think Sweets will find that out. Maybe not tonight, but he'll find that out throughout the season. So, um, all right. So we'll move on from our zero to hero segment to the players of the week, and that would be Rashad Penny of the Seahawks and Nigel Bradham of the Eagles. Penny had 14 carries, 125, and 2 touchdowns. Bradham had 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. So do you
Jeez.
think Daddy League got that right? I know Daddy League kind of
Uh,
messes up
the
from time to
Bradham
time.
one, the Bradham one is kind of Like it's good stats, a sack and a pick. I don't know if he used him. But Joe has a really good user. I think he's underrated as far as users. I don't think a lot of people talk about him, like using just in general. I know people talk about his, offense, and he likes taking risks on offense and just, passing the ball down your throat. But yeah, well, I don't think his stats are that crazy for this player of the week. But if it's him using them, like I can kind of see it because he has really good users. Rashad Penny, yeah, he has really good numbers, 2 TDs. Um, and it's like you said earlier, he's starting to make plays here since entering the league. I know he had the number one scoring offense, I think last advance.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, Seahawks.
so he's doing good things as far as like offense, but I don't think it's translating into wins. I have to see what his record is.
I know he's 2-2. I don't
But
I don't know what he did this week, but
see, that's like it's not bad, but for someone that has the highest, like the best offense in the league, you would think that would translate into more wins,
yeah,
but
he
it doesn't.
he was one of them that was kind of griping about being so low on power rankings. But I mean, you're 2-2. Like, yeah, you're one of the better offensive teams through 4 weeks. But I mean, that's through 4 weeks. Let's see where you're sitting at the end of the season. Um,
Yeah,
so
I would trade having the number one scoring offense. I would trade wins instead of that.
oh yeah,
That's really the stat that matters.
exactly.
Is the dubs.
Yep. So before we get to the game of the week, I'm gonna plug our show Wednesday night. Ray and Sundance Beyond the Whistle. It will be back Wednesday. We've only done one of these shows before, or maybe two. I think we did two. Before I got married, and then it kind of got put on the shelf. But it will be back this coming Wednesday. Ray and Sundance will both be there. It should be a good one. We've got a lot of topics that I didn't really want to cover on MaddenCast because I wanted to save it for that show because I want to see. They like to go at each other. They like to argue, and I want to save some of that ammo, if you want to call it, for Wednesday night and let them battle it out, and we'll see what Ray has to say about being changed from Goldberg to Whoopi Rayberg. So that's definitely
Yeah.
going to be on the show. So you're going to want to tune in and see what Ray has to say about all that. But let's hop in real quick to the game of the week and get your thoughts on that, get some predictions from you, and then we're going to go get set up for it and get the broadcast underway. So it's going to be the Redskins versus Cowboys. What's some predictions for you?
I have Sweets winning it. It's it's not a fair opinion because I honestly haven't seen any streams or any gameplay on Amp King, but I have to go, with what I know. I know Sweet's passing game's legit. I know his user game's always been legit. Um, BZ traded like key pieces to that offense, So I'm curious to see what he does. But, you really just need a couple seconds in the pocket, to get, a quick pass game going. And that's something Sweets thrives as is, getting rid of the ball quick. And he always has a good passing game. Am King, like we mentioned earlier, he had quarterback trouble. He's rolling with a rookie that has 86 throw power. So that's, I like having, players that zip the ball, left and right, just quick
Right.
darts.
Right.
That means the ball's gonna get, to the spot like a little slower. So it opens up chances for Sweets to do his thing. And like I said, he uses really well. So got to stay away from him. That's a big key right there.
So who you said Sweets?
Sweets.
How much? How much score wise?
Uh, I'll give him a 10-point spread. He wins by 10.
Okay.
And another thing too, I think Darius Geis only has like 300 yards rushing this season, so that's really not. It's good, but
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't
bad,
know.
but it's not like overpowering.
Yeah,
Overpowering.
I don't. I don't know. It like I can't really knock him because I haven't seen him play. But like I said, I know Sweets. I know he can ball. So I got Sweets.
Yeah, I think I would go with Sweets as well. I don't know if it'd be by 10, maybe one possession. But I've seen some of these game of the weeks. I get my hopes up, and it's just blowouts. So I hope it's a good game. Um, but I've got Sweets winning, by 7. Um, we're gonna get set up now for that. Um, hopefully you all. I think we peaked at 15 viewers. We got 13 in here now, so there's 13 of you that can hear me. I want 13 back for the game of the week. It's starting here in just like 5 minutes, so hang around, come back, join us for that, and hopefully it's a good game. So you got to.
There's a great stream again. See you guys for the game of the week. Should be a good one.
Yep, sounds good. We'll see you guys here in just a couple minutes. Give me time to get things set up, and we'll get things going. So until next Sunday for MaddenCast, this is Vols and Frank signing off. We'll see you guys here in a little bit.